Let's see. All right, you're live.
Excellent. Can you zoom in on us a little bit up the table
Sure. You know what? I
so we
have to
can
get up.
wave to ourselves?
I have to, these are reading glasses and these are. Okay. How's that? You want more?
That's good.
Good, okay.
All right. So we are live.
Yes,
Good evening, everyone. My name is Scott Memhard. I'm the Ward One City Councilor here in Gloucester and Chair of Budget and Finance Committee. With me is Councilor Tony Gross at large, Vice Chair, and Councilor Jeff Worthley at large. And as well, we have Chad Shimataro, Assistant Harbor Master.
no, Chad.
Chad, what do you want to be today, Chad?
It'll be Chad Johnson.
Oh, you want to
Johnson.
be, you want to be TJ? Chad Johnson standing in for TJ Shimataro. And V, how do I pronounce your last name, V? Chipperini?
Tipperini.
That works, okay. And as well, we have City Auditor Kenny Costa and City Clerk for a little while longer with us, Joanne Senos, and I'm expecting that we will have CAO Jill Cahill with us very shortly.
Yeah, she just signed in.
Okay. So we are live at the Harbor Master's office on Harbor Loop, as well as being virtually online via Zoom. And this is a public meeting. All are welcome to attend. And there is a link if people do want to zoom in, it's posted on our agenda. And I will note that the in-person meeting will not be suspended or terminated if technical problems should raise their ugly head and interrupt our remote connections. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and take items as they are posted on our agenda. We have 7 business items before us tonight. The first one is a memorandum from our harbor master requesting acceptance of a Clean Vessel Act or a CVA grant in the amount of $11,000. And Chad, I suppose that's what you're here to talk to us about.
Yes, that's one of a few. Annual grant, we get it every year. That's subsidizes our pump out boat and our shoreside pump out facility.
And this is a service that we have in place, and this is a repeat of prior years, right?
That's correct.
Any questions, councilors?
No, it's been in place for
Yeah,
well over a decade.
it's a useful service. So the committee recommendation would be to move to recommend that the city council accept a federal grant under Mass General Law 4453A, a Clean Vessel Act pump out boat grant for $11,000 from the U.S. Department of Interior, passed through the Massachusetts Department Division of Marine Fisheries for the purpose of servicing resident and transient boaters of the city, the disposal of sewerage from vessel holding tanks, portable toilets, and shoreside pump out facilities. The grant period is from March 21st, 2024 through December 31st, 2024, and there is an in-kind match of payroll expenses. And I so move.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further question or discussion?
Chad, this does not, commercial vessels are not eligible for this service, correct?
That's correct. There is a commercial facility at the state pier. But that's not within the CVA. We can pump out commercial vessels for a fee.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Aye. And on with you again, Chad. Item number 2 is a memorandum from the harbor master and 2024 essay number 14 in the amount of $46,000. Essay number 15 in the amount of $11,000. Essay 16 in the amount of $18,000. And SA 17 in the amount of $71,973. You want to step us through these and then we can vote on them one by one.
I don't have them numbered the same way you do, so we'll start with the big number items. We had severe damage to Solomon Jacobs. Our ADA gangway had broken off. The wall caused significant damage to the electrical system that attaches to it with the 2 giant storm tides we had. That's what that money's for. 18,000 to the temp salaries. We had to bring people in for those repairs and those storms that normally wouldn't come in. The other one's procurement of new no wake buoys and mooring gear, as we've just seasonally replace those if we have retained earnings. And then 4,500 to add an HVAC system to the patrol boat, and the remainder of that big number is to transfer the rest of retained earnings into the waterway stabilization account.
Excellent. Councilor, questions?
I mean, it's pretty straightforward, if I may.
Please,
And
Councilor Worthy.
I think that what it shows is you guys are doing a good job and keeping track of all expenses and having money left over for stabilization. So we may not need to borrow money when we might need to fix something in the future. So overall, great job. And I have no objection to approving each of these.
Councilor Gross? Thank you.
Yeah, I was down here, when the ramp was unleashing its fury on the cathodic protection, electrical system. And as well as breaking itself free and, yeah, there was a lot of action that was happening, because also over at Dunfudgeon, those floats were in danger of floating on. There was a lot of manpower was needed during these storm events that we're having more frequently. So we're probably gonna see transfers into the temporary accounts, temporary salary account more often than we used to. So that's it.
And as well, especially in the I-4C2 marina area, the floats and ramps and the retaining wall as well, as we know, is all pretty tender to start with. So when it takes a beating like this, due to age and deferred maintenance, it's going to suffer a price. No other councilor questions? I'll go ahead and read these motions. SA 2024-14, committee recommendation to move to recommend the city council approve supplemental appropriation 2024 SA 14 in the amount of $46,000 from the Waterways Enterprise Fund, undesignated fund balance retained earnings / free cash. Account number is noted. To the Waterways Enterprise Fund purchase of services, account number is noted. And this is for the purpose of repairing the Solomon Jacobs Landing due to storm damage, electrical repairs to the I-4C2 marina, abandoned vessel salvage off of Cressy's Beach, and for the purpose of new no-wake buoys and moorings. And I so move.
Second.
Any further question or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Aye. Motion passes 3 in favor, 0 opposed. 2024 SA 15, Budget and Finance moves to recommend that the City Council approve a supplemental appropriation 2024 SA 15 in the amount of $11,000 from the Waterways Enterprise Fund, undesignated fund balance retained earnings, free cash. Account number is noted. To the Waterways Enterprise Fund repairs and maintenance, boat and marine maintenance account number as noted. And this is for the purpose of repairing the Solomon Jacobs cathodic protection system and to add a winter heating system to the HVAC spaces on the Harbor Master's patrol boat. And I so move.
Second.
Any further question, discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
2024 SA 16, Budget and Finance moves to recommend that the City Council approve supplemental appropriation 2024 SA 16 in the amount of $18,000 from the Waterways Enterprise Fund, undesignated fund balance retained earnings / free cash. Account number is noted. To the Waterways Enterprise Fund salaries and wages temporary account number as noted. And this is for the purpose of funding temporary wages for off-season storm coverage and maintenance. And I so move.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 3 in favor, 0 opposed. 2024 SA number 17, Budget and Finance Committee recommends that the City Council approve a supplemental appropriation 2024 SA 17 in the amount of $71,973 from Waterways Enterprise Fund, undesignated fund balance, retained earnings, free cash. Account number is noted to the Waterways General Stabilization Fund. Transfers from Enterprise Fund, account number is noted. And this is for the purpose of transferring the remaining retained earnings to the Waterways General Stabilization Account. And I so move.
Second.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes on a vote of 3 in favor, 0 opposed. I guess that does it for us, huh? Chad?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you very
Chad.
much. And then item number 3 on our budget and finance agenda this evening is a memorandum from our Veterans Services Director, V. Chiaverini, requesting our acceptance of the Veterans Heritage Grant Award in the amount of $7,500. And V, the floor is yours to tell us a little bit about this.
Sure. So this is the first time we've ever applied for a grant through our office. However, this grant we have supported the use of this grant for other community partners such as the Community Cemeteries Committee. However, the intention for this grant this time around was for our own personal uses in the office. 2 years ago, one of our memorials was destroyed by a nor'easter in the winter of 2022. And it destroyed the flagpole. It destroyed the statues. It destroyed the whole area. And so this grant is to help rehabilitate that memorial and establish a new memorial or sanctuary space.
I've seen the pictures and it looks very good. Be a nice welcome addition to the front of the Veteran Services.
Thank you.
Counselor, questions?
Just if I could comment real quickly,
Councilor Worthing.
I know there's no local match, but I think we should give credit. I think in your application, you noted that the DPW did some work to remove some of the damage. And also I think is it Paul Kruger that donated some time to help with this process, and to the extent there's a way to thank them, I don't know if we can officially do that through this process, but I appreciate you bringing this grant to us and the hard work you're doing, V. Thank you.
Thank you.
Counselor Gross?
Nope, just good job getting the grant.
Excellent. So the committee recommendation would be the Budget and Finance would move to recommend that the City Council accept a state grant under Mass General Law 4453A, a Veterans Heritage Program grant from the Massachusetts State Historical Records Advisory Board, passed through the Massachusetts Secretary of State offices in the amount of $7,500 to support the rehabilitation of the Patriots Sanctuary for the purpose of restoring and preserving the space, as well as upgrading the space with handicapped accessibility. There is no local match for this grant, and I so move.
Second.
Further discussion, questions? I think it's a great step. Thank you again, V. All those in favor? Aye. Motion
Aye.
passes in a vote of 3 in favor, 0 opposed. And then the next item is yours as well, reflecting generosity in support of our veteran services from our community. Do you want to speak a little bit about, there are three donations totaling $550. You want to speak to these at all, V?
Yeah, so those donations are just general donations that we receive from the local community to help support the efforts that we offer to our local veterans and their families, the support that we can offer them either monetarily, financially, or to help with, for example, the rehabilitation of that memorial.
Sweet. I would go ahead and make a motion to recommend that Budget and Finance recommends that the City Council accept a grant under Mass General Law 4453A to support veterans services in the amount of $550 from the following members and business partners within our community. And these include the Trinity Congregational Church, Ed Camo, and Brenda Fears, for a total of $550, and I so move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 3 in favor, 0 opposed. And then again, you've been busy here, V.
A little bit.
Oh, Elder Services, we won't give
No.
Elise credit for your work.
Look, she brought us money again. Every
Yeah.
time we come before you bring us money, now you get a grant too, so.
No, that was really excellent, V. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, V.
Thank you. So moving from Veteran Services to Elder Services, our Director of Elder Services, Elise Sinagra, is requesting our acceptance of donations in the amount of $894.73. And Budget and Finance moves to recommend that the City Council accept a grant under Mass General Law 4453A to support the Council on Aging in the amount of $894.73 from the following members and business partners within our community, including Barry McKay, Brian Sullivan, Jacqueline Dort, Peter Tarbox, Doris Cole, Marilyn Grant, Jerry Favaloro, Constance Condon, and Sharon Day, for a total of $894.73. And I so move.
Second.
Any further discussion? Thank you again, all of you who've donated. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 3 in favor, 0 opposed. Item number 6 is Budget and Finance election of the city auditor for a term of April 2024 through April 2026, pursuant to City Charter, Section 2-7(a). And I would move to recommend City Council pursuant to City Charter, Section 2-7(a), concerning the election of the city auditor, elect Kenny Costa as the city auditor for a term of April 2024 through April 2026, and I so move.
Second.
Any discussion, gentlemen?
No, just looking forward to continuing on. Save the other comments, I guess, to the full council, but looking forward to another 2 years of accurate bookkeeping.
Thank you.
Keeping the city in line.
Yes,
Councilor Worthley.
Kenny, I fully support you. I think that's been clear and it will continue to do that. If you want to hear, or if you want to wait till the city council to tell us sort of what your number one accomplishment over the last 2 years for you, the office, or the city, or one thing you want to improve on, or a goal you want to set. And I'm okay if you want to wait till Tuesday, so you have to do it a second time. That won't condition my vote tonight. I'm supporting you.
thank you. Yeah, no, I would just say, I think, a lot of accomplishments, I think they're numerous. I think there's a lot. One that when I first walked into the city that I didn't know about, it wasn't expressed to me during the interview process, was that the city was on the DOR watch list. I could tell there was issues, but I didn't realize how serious they were.
No, they were giving you a problem to
Yes,
fix.
they want to take
Yes.
the job too.
Yes, so I was happy that it took about 2 years. 2 years later, we were no longer on the DOR watch list. And it's been my goal ever since to stay off that list, because it's no fun. It's tough, it's difficult being on that list. So that is one of, another one would be the Munis, conversion as well. That was a large undertaking and that was a team effort. Also John Dunn, played a big role in that as well. Also the annual comprehensive financial report, which is a nationally recognized report, 6 years in a row that we've been awarded certificate of achievement. It's the highest financial reporting that you could receive. And I did not see any records previously that the city has ever submitted such a report for review. And this is something, when I was an outside auditor, that I would prepare. So I had that knowledge, I had that experience that I could bring to the city. So and these are just a few to highlight.
And that last one is just another example of our good fiscal housekeeping and the sort of thing that Treasurer's Office is able to submit on our benefit when they're getting the bond reviews on Wall Street or whatever else for
Correct.
additional borrowing. So it just makes the city
Makes us look good.
stronger and fiscally in good shape. So for which we thank you.
Thank you.
We're lucky to have you, Ken.
Thank you.
Very grateful. I'm ready to vote.
Okay, that being said, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes 3 in favor, 0 opposed. Congratulations. Look forward to another 2 years.
Yes, thank you.
Let's come up on Tuesday night, this next Tuesday.
And then the final item is a memorandum from the city auditor regarding accounts having expenditures exceeding authorizations in the audited report and other related business. And the list doesn't get much shorter as we go into the mid-year here.
No, it doesn't. So we're looking at about 70 accounts. It's 1.6 million. It looks like that this is gonna, it's gonna take some time to clean up and, as we have in the past, so I don't see any issue of getting that done. But it looks like it'll have to be a, June 30th or a June 45th exercise.
We don't see, I'm sorry, just to ask, we don't see always the comps that are on the other side. Is there anything to worry about at this point between trying to, I mean, I know there's stuff to do, you're gonna figure it out, but you feel like we'll be able to pull it together?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. I've seen, the biggest challenge is usually snow and ice. Luckily, it's been pretty good.
There was some sleet yesterday.
Yeah, I
This
know.
morning.
Yeah, and my daughter was excited when she saw the snow. Yeah, she was hopeful that she was gonna go sledding.
Like, it was the same way.
I said, no, not today. But no, in past years, snow and ice has been the real challenge. So I think, snow and ice, I think it's manageable. So I think that really does help with balancing the budget at the end of the year. It's a big help.
Councilor Gross?
Nope, nothing. We got 200,000 overrun on snow and ice now about. It's not bad.
No, I've seen a lot worse. 2015 was the worst.
Did we
Yes.
appropriate
Those
some money
millions.
2 weeks ago to the snow and ice account?
That was a transfer. It was a budget transfer so they can purchase equipment.
Right, that was the
Brine.
the brine machine, the brine holding
So
tank.
transfer, okay, to buy it, it wasn't to the snow and ice account.
No.
Yeah, it's just moving from one account. So it was a capital purchase. So I had asked them to move the money from an expense account over to a capital account. So the total overall amount of the budget doesn't impact it. So the total is, as you recall, it's like 766,000. That did not change the overall. It's just moving the monies within different accounts.
The way the weather systems seem to be working, we'll have to have a reserve very shortly for flooding damage through our winter storms rather than snow damage.
Mhm.
We might wanna at some point consider moving that snow and ice number up, cause I know there's the 3-year average or 5-year average, we have to then fund it at that higher amount. But if in a year without a lot of snow, we're under by a couple 100,000, maybe it's time to say. That number should be a little bit more, I know that no one wants to budget that, cause they have to take away from something else, right?
It's not our call.
Well, it will be,
No, we don't make up the budget.
no, we make our, when we approve it, we can.
We can make suggestions.
And that'll be right upon us very shortly, our budgetary season, working with the mayor's office.
But again, I find it very fiscally responsible to listen to your economic advisors.
Yeah.
When they say, keep it as it is, that's what I say, keep it as it is, because they know. They're the ones who are keeping the book straight, so.
Any other business before us tonight? Joanne, how many more meetings do we have with you?
With me?
Well, we could have her at one more B and F.
No. One city council meeting,
That's it.
that's it.
Wow.
And if I decide to go to an O and A meeting or a B and F meeting or a P and D meeting, that's it. Yeah,
Light at the end of the tunnel.
yes. I'm excited about it.
Entertain a motion to
Well
adjourn.
deserved. Motion's been made. Is there a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Now we can talk about Joe.
Okay, hold on.
Yep.